Hello. Happy Thursday afternoon. Yes, it's Thursday. I'm having a hard time keeping track of what day of the week it is, but it is Thursday. And even though it's not sunny outside, it's sunny in here. I hope you're doing well. We're going to take a nice, comfortable seat, closing the eyes. Deep breath in all the way to the top. And exhaling all the way out. Inhale all the way up and side out. Again, all the way to the top, holding it for 2, 1, and slowly letting it all go. Feeling your shoulders melting away from your ears. Maybe pressing the heart forward a little bit, just adjusting your seated position, lifting the crown a little taller to the sky. Breathing in deeply and exhaling completely. Focusing inward, letting go of all outside noise, mental chatter, letting go of anxiety and tension. Just breathing in and breathing out and just focusing on that one task. Breathing. Breathing in deeply and exhaling completely. Just feel that wave of breath traveling up and down your body, up and down your spine as your ribs and belly expand and contract with each round of breath. Focusing on that space between your eyebrows with your eyes closed, that third eye, our spiritual center for intelligence, insight. Taking another few breaths here. And feel the ribs and belly rise and fall with each round of breath. Just bringing awareness there. As you refuel your body and let go of tension and all that stale air at the bottom of your lungs. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's all take a nice deep inhale together and sigh it all out. One more time. Inhale and sigh. Let's inhale those hands to Anjali Mudra at our hearts. Pressing the sternum into the thumb, sitting up a little bit taller. And choosing an intention for today's practice. Whatever that intention might look like or feel like for you today. Bringing in more calm and peace to your spirit and your mind. Ease and less tension in your muscles. Deeper breathing. Feeling your power and your strength. We're just giving gratitude for what we have and where we are. Right here and right now. Whatever that intention is, taking a deep breath in and exhale, letting it all out, releasing your hands and your intention up to the sky. Chin follows the hands up, reaching up, feeling that gratitude and that release. And then exhale, pressing the air away, bringing the fingers down to the earth, dropping your chin to your heart. Fingertips stay on the earth. Inhale that chin all the way up. And then exhale down to your heart. Inhale up, pressing that heart up. And exhale, chin to the heart. 2 more times this way. And last one, all the way up. And exhale down to your heart, bringing your hands onto your knees. Raising your chin up to the sky. Press the heart forward, elbows back, and bringing it down to the heart, over to that right shoulder. Dropping the head back and starting neck rolls here. Inhaling as you come backward and exhaling as your chin comes to your heart. You can close your eyes here if you like, bringing your focus inward. Just releasing and relaxing the muscles in the neck, top of the shoulders. And also bringing your awareness to the muscles in your face. Noting if they're tense, to breathe into those areas and release that tension. And reverse those circles. Working through any areas of tension on this direction. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time around, dropping your chin to your heart and over to that left shoulder. And bringing it back to center, gazing over that right shoulder. Sitting up tall. And then drawing a line with your sight across the room as you change your gaze over to the left, keeping that line of sight at the same level all the way around, and then back over to the right. Again to the left. Back to center. Inhale, reaching those hands up, palms connect. Interweave the fingers, pressing the palms away, really stretching nice and tall, wiggling these arms behind your ears. And pressing the air away, hands up to the heart. Inhale, up. Interweave the fingers, pressing those palms away, stretching a little bit taller. Pressing the air away, hands to the heart. One more time, inhale, up. Weave those fingers together, pressing the palms. And pressing that air away, hands to the heart. Let's reach it up and twist it over to the right. Sitting up super tall. And keeping that same level in your gaze as you turn over through center and over to the left. This prevents us from compressing our neck in the front and the back as we turn our head. Bringing it back through center and over to the right. Keeping that airway open. And accepting that beautiful healing light and that oxygen. And bringing it through center and over to the left. Back to center, hands on the knees, roll the spine away. Bringing those arms nice and long, stretching the neck and the shoulders. Press the heart through with an inhale, drawing the elbows back. Chin is level with the floor and rolling back. Exhale. Inhale forward again, pressing that heart forward a little bit further. And exhale, rounding that back. Maybe lifting the knees a little bit and really lengthening those arms. Press the heart forward, inhale, elbows back, shoulder blades together, and exhale, rounding the back away. One more time this way, inhale forward, and exhale back. Coming up to a neutral spine, hinge forward and trunk rolls to the right. Exhale as you bring your belly down towards your lap, and inhale as you come back. Arms lengthen as you sway back, and elbows bend as you come forward, letting the neck and the head roll gently, naturally. No tension in the neck here. This is another pose that's nice to just close the eyes and focus inward. One more time around in this direction, pausing at center, pressing the palms in front and sliding those fingers away, lowering the head between the shoulders and just swaying gently side to side. And as you sway, reaching one hand longer and then the other, and just keep extending that reach. And dragging the hands back in, changing the cross of the legs. So whichever leg was in back, bring it in front. Inhale up, palms connect. Press those palms away. Wiggle the arms behind the ears, and we're going to twist it over to the right. And then keeping that same level of gaze across the room as you twist it over to the left. Again, through center and over to the right, sitting up a little bit taller this time. And to the left. Bringing it back to center, hands on the knees. I'm going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down, just working on any tension there. Last time, then up, forward, and down. Just getting those muscles warming up and letting go. Inhale, up. Interweave the fingers, pressing the palms away. And then we're going to round the back away, bringing those palms out in front. Inhale, up. Palms to the sky. Wiggle the arms behind the ears, lengthening a little bit more. And exhale, rounding that back away. One more time. Inhale up. Really lengthen that spine. And press those palms forward, rounding that back. Reaching those hands away as far as you can. Hands on the knees. Roll it up. Neutral spine. Hinge forward and trunk rolls to the left. Just letting the neck and the shoulders go again. Letting that head roll if you like. You could be as dramatic here with the shoulders as you like. Just whatever feels good for you in this pose. As long as it doesn't hurt. As long as there's no pain. Feeling that lower back starting to open and ease. Becoming a little more flexible. Becoming a little more limber in the hips. 2 more times around in this direction. And next time your heart is at center, pausing there, spreading the fingers out in front and sliding the arms away, lowering that head between the shoulders, and then maybe rocking side to side, reaching one arm further away and then the other, coming into a nice long stretch. And sliding the hands back in. Inhale up to center. We're going to press that right palm, coming down onto the forearm maybe, and reaching that left arm over. Roll your heart up toward the sky. Bring that arm back behind your ear. Pressing the left hip and left fingers away from each other. And float it over to the left. Same thing, down onto that forearm if you can. And you're reaching the right hip and fingers away from each other. Rolling the heart up. Back over to the right. And reach. Back to the left. Then reach. And one more set over to the right. And back to the left, making sure we're not holding our breath. And bringing it back to center, changing the cross of the legs back to our favorite cross. Inhale up, same thing we're going to do. Side bends here, reaching. But this time we're going to take our left hand, sweep it across, over to the left, and then reach the right hand over. As if you're dragging your fingers through sugar sand, just making those finger marks in the sand. Reaching the left arm over. And then dragging it across, over to the left, reaching that right arm. Each time remembering to roll your heart up toward the sky, reaching that left arm. And again to the left. Beautiful, pressing back up to center. Inhale up. Palms connect, again, pressing those palms away. Releasing those fingers, press the air away and bring the hands behind your lower back. Weave the fingers together and press the knuckles toward the earth. Really opening up that heart, puffing the heart up toward the sky, and then maybe lifting the hands away from your lower back. And I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Really reaching and opening the front of those shoulders. Just pausing here, giving those muscles a chance to respond. Trying to keep your chin level with the floor. Don't jut it forward, but draw it back over your sternum. And release. Still sitting forward, hands behind. Fingers facing the bum, shoulder blades together. Drop that head back gently. Puff the heart up and then roll those hips up, coming up onto those knees. And lowering down. Changing the cross of the legs. Again, dropping the head back, shoulder blades together, rolling up onto those knees. Hips come forward and up. And lowering it all down, bringing the soles of the feet together. Clasping the hands. Pressing that heart forward, elbows back, and they're gently bent. Butterfly those knees. Coming to stillness, we're going to round that back away, pressing the feet into the hands to feel that extra stretch, top of the shoulders. Heart presses forward, drawing the elbows back. And again, rolling the back away. Inhale forward. Each time coming forward a little bit further. Exhale, rounding the back. We're opening those hips very gently, very slowly. Pressing forward, draw the shoulder blades together. Round it away. Last time, coming forward. Elbows back, shoulder blades together, lifting the heart, and then folding down over those toes. Letting the shoulders and the head relax. No tension in the neck. And just breathing here. One more breath. And rolling it up. Releasing those feet out in front. Giving a little bit of a shake. Windshield wiper the feet. And then walk the flesh away from your sits bones. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale up. And reaching the hands toward those toes. Maybe walking one hip back and then the other. Inhale, lengthen your lower back. And then folding down a little bit further. Inhale, lengthen. And fold. One more time. Lengthen and fold. Releasing the shoulders and the neck. And breathing here. Maybe one more time, lengthening and folding. Checking in with your shoulders. One more breath. And releasing those feet, dragging the hands up the legs. Inhale up. We're going to press our right palm, reaching the left arm over. Maybe coming down onto that forearm. This is a little deeper side stretch. Pressing it up over to the left and reaching from the right. One more time over to the right and reaching. And to the left and reach. Bringing it back up to center. We're going to open up the right foot on a 45 and tuck the left into that right thigh. Inhale, reaching those hands up and folding forward, sliding those fingers away, making sure that your left foot is flexed, your right foot is flexed. We're just supporting those joints. Coming up onto the fingertips, lengthen, and then fold it down. And breathing in and out through your nose. Coming up onto the fingertips, walking it over to frame that left knee. Sternum is directly over the knee. Inhale, lengthen that spine and fold it down. Stacking your fists underneath your forehead and shoulders relax. Letting that head just sit there on your hands. Then rolling up onto that left forearm, reaching the right arm over. Just a different approach to that side stretch. And then floating it over to the right, stretching that left arm over. Roll the heart up toward the sky. And bringing it back to center. Inhale up, framing your torso over the right leg, reaching toward those toes. Lift the belly, lengthen, and fold it down. Forehead to the shin. And just breathe in here. And then bringing your right hand inside of your right foot, palm faces up. And grabbing onto your foot with your fingers, reaching that left arm up. Roll the heart toward the sky and bringing that left hand toward your right foot. Making sure as you breathe into that side body that you release those muscles. Sometimes I get a nice spinal adjustment when I'm in this compass pose. It's a natural spinal adjustment and much more gentle than the chiropractor. And releasing, we're going to drag the hands up the legs. Inhale up. And then press the left palm and the right sole. Lift up onto the knee. Press the hips forward and reach that right arm back to the wall behind you. And lower it all down, changing the cross. So tucking the right into that left thigh. Left foot's on a 45. Inhale it up. And folding it forward, flexing those feet. And just breathing here. One more breath. Coming up onto the fingertips, walking it over to frame that right knee. Lengthen and then fold the sternum down over the knee. Stacking the hands under the fists underneath the forehead and letting that neck go. Shoulders are relaxed. Just breathing here. Roll up onto the right forearm, reaching that left arm up and over. Heart rolls toward the sky and then press down into the right hand, floating it over to the left and reach. Bringing it back up to center. Inhale up, framing over that left leg, reaching toward those toes and folding forward. Inhale, lift the belly, lengthen that spine and fold it down, forehead to shin. Checking in with the shoulders, letting them go. And just breathing here. One more breath. And releasing that left hand inside of the left foot, palm faces up. Holding onto your foot with your fingers. Right arm reaches up and over towards your foot. Roll the heart up. And remembering to bring your awareness to your whole side body and letting those muscles relax. And stretch. And rolling it back down, dragging the hands up. Inhale to center, pressing the right palm and the left sole. Hips come forward up onto that knee and reaching the left hand behind you. Nice ballerina pose. And lowering it all down. Now we're going to bring both feet wide. Walking your flesh away from your sits bones, and then walk your sits bones back behind you, behind your hip bones. You're going to roll your pelvic bowl forward. Toes face the sky. Inhale up, and we're going to lengthen and walk those hands out in front, coming down onto our forearms or wherever we're comfortable, and releasing those shoulders, making sure they're not up around our ears. And if you're super bendy and want to come a little further, you can, just taking your time getting into that pose and taking it where you need to. Listening to your body, knowing and finding your edge and working with your edge. Lifting up, lengthening that lower spine and folding down wherever you're comfortable. You can cross your hands underneath your face if your face reaches the earth. You can reach your hands towards your toes or your feet, dropping your forehead to the earth. And if your forehead touches, you can roll your forehead on the earth. Reconnecting with your intention. Reconnecting with your breath. Just bringing your awareness to your third eye. Pressing the palms underneath the shoulders, rolling up. And then transitioning into tabletop, coming into table. Knees are directly underneath our hips, hands are directly underneath our shoulders. Dropping the belly down, gazing up, taking a nice deep inhale. Then exhale, rolling that back away, pressing the hands into the earth to round that back. Inhale up, and exhale, roll that belly and that back up toward the sky. Inhale, and exhale. A few more times with your breath. One more time in each direction. Feeling that spine becoming more limber. And then coming back into a neutral spine. Bring your knees nice and wide. Big toes touch, pressing the bum back toward the heels. Press into the fingertips. Lengthen the arms, really press back, and then dropping that head. Releasing the shoulders and the neck. Maybe rolling your forehead on the earth here. Two more breaths. And bringing it back up into your table, resetting your table. We're going to raise that left hand up to the sky. Roll the heart up with your shoulder. Open. And release the hand down to the earth. Right hand up. Open that heart up. And press the palm back to the left side. And coming down, we're going to thread that left hand underneath the right and come with our shoulder all the way to the right edge of the mat, pressing your forearm, your right forearm in front of you, and just releasing the neck and the shoulders. You're stretching out the back of the left shoulder here. And if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can extend your right foot over to your left hand and sink the hips back for a nice stretch in the back of the hamstring. This is where you're going to feel that. And to go just a little bit deeper, you can stay right here. This is plenty. Reaching that right arm up to the sky. Roll the shoulder back and that heart open. Really extend, and then wrapping your arm around the back. Maybe finding that front left pocket. And if you can, grip onto the inside of your left thigh. Really pull your heart open. One more breath here. And release that bind, pressing the palm to the mat. Both palms, bringing that leg in and swinging it over to the left. Curl the toes and rock forward and back on the ball of the right foot. Then we're going to slide that right foot all the way back, coming into mini pigeon. So you're tucking your left foot into your hip and just dropping your head and your neck. And sliding it back up into tabletop. Wag your tail. Taking it to the other side, right arm up, reach it up. Really open up that heart, and then we're going to thread underneath that left arm, coming onto the back of our right shoulder, and that left forearm is out in front. Releasing that. And to take it a little further, again, extending the left foot over to the right hand, sinking the hips back. Or adding that left arm, raising the arm up to the sky, really lengthen, open the heart, and then wrap it around your back. Finding that front right pocket. And if you hook onto your thigh, use that for a little torque to open up your heart more toward the sky. Nice spinal twist. One more breath. And then releasing that, extending that arm, pressing up on the palms, drawing that leg in, swing it over to the right, onto the ball of the foot, rocking forward and back. And then sliding all the way back and curling the toes into mini pigeon. And then tucking that right foot into your left hip. Curl the back toes, slide it up, and reset your table. Wag that tail. We're going to come into hip circles here. So walk the hands 4 inches forward. Bring your knees maybe a little bit wider. Press the hips forward, out to the side, back toward the bum, and over to the other side. And just roll the hips. You can add your shoulders if you like. Whatever feels good for you. Keeping your gaze toward the top of your mat so we're not compressing the front of our neck. And then reversing those circles. And coming back to center. Keeping our hands a little further ahead. We're going to drop our hips forward. And pressing back into modified cobra or bend the elbows for cobra. Again, your gaze is forward, keeping a nice long neck. And pressing back into child's pose. Hinge forward, dropping the hips forward, uncurling the toes, drawing the shoulder blades together, puffing that heart up to the sky, and pressing back into child. And again, hinging forward, dropping the hips into cobra, modified cobra, and lowering all down to the earth. Baby cobra. So just your heart, shoulders, and head are lifted. Toes are on the mat, pressing into the mat. We're going to raise our hands underneath our shoulders, just hovering that cobra. Gaze is about a foot in front of your mat. Pressing the palms, coming up into cobra. Elbows are still bent. Lengthen into modified cobra if that works for you. Shoulder blades together. And press back into your child's pose. Bring it into another wide-legged, separating those knees. And then settling the belly between the thighs. And drop down to one cheek or the other. And then wrap your hands around the back of your thighs. Just resting there. Releasing that back, letting go of any tension in your shoulders. And unwinding, pressing the palms, coming back into your tabletop. Resetting your table. Curl your toes, and we're going to press those hips up for our down dog. Lowering the heels down, pressing one and pausing here. And then press the opposite heel and pause. Really reaching those shoulders back toward your shins. And walk your dog gently. And coming to stillness, spreading those fingers nice and wide.
pressing into the fingertips to press your shoulders towards your shins. Inhale up onto those toes. Tailbone comes nice and high toward the sky. And lower the heels. Onto the toes. Bend the knees. Gaze between the hands. Hovering that crouching dog above the earth. Pressing it up, lowering the heels. Onto the toes. Crouch the dog. And this time we're going to step it up or hop it up between our hands. For forward fold. Separate the feet a little bit more and fold it down. Inhale, hands to the shins or knees, halfway press that crown forward. Lift the belly, lengthen and fold it down. Bend the knees. And coming into ragdoll, reaching for opposite elbows and just sway gently side to side. Shift your weight toward your toes for deeper stretch in the back of the legs and the hips. Letting that neck and head just hang. No tension there. Then place the hands on top of the feet. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. 2 more times. And bringing those hands to the heart. Taking a deep breath here. Let's inhale up. Reach the hands back, pressing those hips forward. Nice back bend. Open those arms, open the heart, and dive it down. Fingertips half lift. And fold. Roll it up. Roll the shoulders, reach it up and back. And hands to the heart. Again, reach it up. Open that heart, pausing here, and dive it down. Fingertips, and fold, roll it up. Roll the shoulders once, reach it up and back. We're just going to continue this. Open up that heart, pausing here, and dive. Fingertips, and fold, roll it up. Just warming up that spine. Roll the shoulders, reach it up and back. One more time, open that heart. Dive it down. Fingertips. And fold, roll it up. Roll the shoulders, reach it up and back. I love the way this series feels. And hands to the heart now. Taking a nice deep breath here. And sighing it all out. Inhale, hook your thumbs together, reach it up and back. Press the hips forward, open your heart, and dive it down. Fingertips halfway, and fold. Step the right foot back for warrior one. Sinking it nice and low. Breathing into that left hip, and opening to warrior two. Spreading those feet wider, sinking it low. Reversing that warrior. Keep extending it back. And back into warrior two. Taking it to side angle. Left arm on that thigh, reaching the right arm up. And windmill down to frame that front foot. Turn up that back heel, step it up, forward fold. Half lift, press the crown forward, and fold. Reverse swan, reach it out and up and back. Hands to the heart. Deep breath here. Inhale up. Open that heart and dive it down. Fingertips half lift and fold, coming into warrior one on the left. Stepping that left foot back, 4 feet or more. And sinking it low. Warrior two. Separating that stance a little bit further, sink it low, nice and low. And reversing that warrior, reaching it up and back. Keep extending. Working that core, working our balance. Bringing it back to warrior two. Side angle, lifting it up on the left, heart toward the sky. Windmill the hands down, frame that front foot, turn up the back heel, step it up, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And fold, reverse swan, reach it up and back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Nice deep breath. Reach it up. Open that heart. Keep opening, and dive it down. Fingertips and fold. Right foot back, warrior one. Taking the time to set your feet and stick those landings. Breathing here. And warrior two. Reversing that warrior. Reaching the left arm up. And we're going to revolve our reversed warrior. So we're going to bring our right arm up, square our shoulders forward. So we're almost in warrior one. And then drop that left hand to the back thigh and reach. And bringing it back to warrior two. Very nice. Side angle, reaching it up. Roll the heart toward the sky and then extend it overhead. And back to warrior two. Both hands up front, rolling up that back heel, stepping it up to the top of your space. Nice deep breath. Reach it up, other side. Open that heart, pausing here, and dive it down. Fingertips and fold. Left foot back for warrior one. And warrior two. Reversing that warrior. Keep extending. And then again, we're going to revolve our reverse warrior. So bringing that left arm up, squaring your shoulders to the front, and dropping your right hand to the inside of that left thigh. Keep lifting. Beautiful. And bringing it back to warrior two. Nice job. Right arm down, side angle. Roll your heart up, then extend it overhead. And back to warrior two. Back hand meets the front, back. Maybe rolling out those ankles. And I'm going to face you for tree. You can face whatever direction you like. Planting down on the right, lifting that left knee out to the belly. Flex the foot and hip circles. 3, and then reversing in the other direction. And then we're going to open up that hip and plant our tree. Maybe raising our branches, opening up those shoulders. Hands back to the heart, kicking that leg out and swinging it behind the right, coming down into that bow. Dropping the shoulders down, away from the ears, and maybe binding around that front ankle. Or toward the back leg. Whatever feels good for you. You can leave your hands on the earth and press it back. And just sway forward and back, feeling that stretch in that left hip and the right hip. One more breath here. Hands to heart center. And slowly and controlled, rolling it back up to center. Roll those ankles. And planting it on left. Right knee up to the belly. Flex that foot and hip circles. 3, and then reversing that direction. It's just challenging our balance, as well as working that hip, and then opening up that knee and planting our tree. Raising our branches once we're ready, opening the shoulders and the heart. Hands back to heart center. Kicking that foot out in front and then swinging it behind the left for that bow.
Again, consciously releasing those shoulders and neck. And then rocking forward and back. Playing with that sweet spot for that stretch on the outside of the left hip. Maybe even feeling it a little bit in the right hip. One more breath here. And pausing, coming to stillness, hands to the heart, and roll it up. Nice and slow and controlled, and bringing it back to center. Again, rolling those ankles. And other ankle. Beautiful. Let's bring our feet nice and wide. Toes are in, heels out, hands on the hips. Bending the knees slightly. We're going to come into a forward fold. Lifting up through the rib cage, hinging at the hips and slowly folding all the way down. Once your head is hanging, then you can place your hands underneath your face. Maybe spread the feet a little bit wider. Inhale halfway onto the fingertips. Flat back. And fold it down. Inhale halfway. And fold. Maybe reaching for those ankles, pulling yourself into a yogi sandwich, folding yourself in half. Feeling that beautiful stretch in the glutes, the lower back, the hamstrings. And just breathing here. Coming back to center, pressing the left palm underneath the face, and then reaching up to the right for spinal twist. Really pressing into the left palm to reach up 180 degrees if you can, rolling your heart toward the sky, really extending that right arm. And then maybe wrapping it around your back, finding that front left pocket right here. Then pulling that shoulder. And release that arm, extend it up. Then extend it overhead toward me. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And bringing it back down under your face. Press the palm, open up to the left. Really extend that arm, roll the shoulder open. And then press into that right hand, roll the heart toward the sky. And once you're open all the way, then wrapping that arm around your back toward that front right pocket right here. Probably can't see it, my arm's in the way. And then rolling that heart open a little bit more. And breathing. Unwinding, extending that arm up. And then reach it overhead toward me, still gazing at the sky. Hands down under your face. Coming up onto the fingertips, half lift. And fold. Again, onto the ankles, pulling yourself in half. Maybe swaying a little bit side to side, bending one knee then the other. Onto the fingertips, flat back. Press into the feet, hands to the hips, and all the way up, using that core. And release, walking those feet in to center. We're going to do that hula hoop. I love this. And my yogi sis, Linda S., introduced this to me, and I just love this move and reversing those circles. Really does release that lower back. Coming to the top of our space. Taking a seat. Shins in. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to roll it down. Nice and controlled, as slow as you can. Using that core to lower yourself down. And letting go once you reach the earth. Wiggling the shoulder blades together, heels by your bum. Tent those knees and we're going to lift up into bridge. Deep breath in, lift those hips up. Pressing down into the feet,
to rise up. And lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift those hips. Knees squeeze toward each other. Lifting up maybe a little bit more, squeezing right here. Lowering down. Then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Knees out to the side, and we're going to come into bridge this way, bound bridge. Pressing the soles of our feet together and pressing the edge of our feet into the mat to lift our hips up. This is a beautiful counter stretch for that lower back. Maybe pressing up a little bit higher. And a little bit higher really squeezes these glute muscles, the smaller glute muscles. And then lower that down slowly, nice and controlled. And one more time, pressing up. You knew there was another one coming. Can't do just one, just like Pringles. You can't eat just one. Or is that Lay's? Whatever the slogan is. And then lowering it all down. Bringing one knee into the belly. Clear your rib cage and squeeze it into your underarm. Straighten the opposite leg and shoulders down. Nice big hug and stretch here. And bringing that foot on top of, so I'm squeezing my right foot, I'm assuming you are too. Dropping the right foot on top of the left thigh. We're going to roll the right knee to the left, clasping the left hand on top of the right thigh and extending our right arm to the side. Beautiful spinal twist. Just let that shoulder go. Just feel that opening right here. And through the rib cage. Rolling it back and planting that foot, bringing that left knee into the belly, clear the rib cage, hug it into your underarm, and then straighten the right leg. Nice big hug, shoulders down. Dropping the left foot on top of the right thigh, right hand on the left knee to the right, gazing to the left. And again, your left shoulder should be down. Breathing here. And rolling it back to center. Bringing the soles of the feet together, letting your knees drop out to the side. Reaching the arms up overhead, clasping opposite elbows. And you can butterfly the knees here if you want, or just let gravity do the work. Take a deep breath in and releasing. You can arch the back, pressing that pelvis forward and then rolling it back down to the earth. Pelvis up. Rolling that lower back and up. Whatever feels good. Bringing your feet up to the sky. Toes toward the face, heels pressing away. And just breathing in your inversion. This great anti-aging pose. Getting that circulation back to the heart. It's great for digestion. So many benefits to this pose. And if you don't feel like holding your legs up with your muscles, you can just put them up the wall, scoot your bum really close to the wall, and then bring your legs up from the side. Just let the wall hold you there. Let the wall and gravity do the work. It really is an uplifting pose. Let's do ankle circles while we're here. Multitasking in this pose and reversing those circles. Curl the toes in nice and tight and spread them wide. One more time, curl them in, really squeeze, like tension and release. And opening them up nice and wide, pressing the heels away, press, 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 bringing those knees into the belly. Give yourself a loving hug, rocking side to side. And dropping that left heel to the earth, opening up to half a happy baby on the right. Bringing that knee to the earth. One more breath here, shoulders are down. We're going to cross that right shin over the heart, bringing the right heel into the left elbow and wrapping our right arm around and hugging that all in. Nice big hug. Half a baby cradle. One more breath. And releasing that foot to the sky, pointing the toes and flexing. Then we're going to grab behind the calf or the ankle. Just draw that leg in closer, maybe clearing that rib cage. And shoulders down. Just a nice little stretch for the hamstring. And release that soul to the earth, opening up half a happy baby on the left. Shoulders down. And just breathing here. Just letting gravity and breath do the work. One more breath. Then we're going to cross the left shin over our heart. Plant the heel into our right, inside our right elbow, wrapping the left elbow around. Nice big hug. If you have to lift up to get a hold of that thigh, that's perfectly fine. Hug it in, nice and tight. Shoulders down. Always shoulders down in yoga. It's because we're releasing tension, not trying to add tension to our neck muscles and shoulder muscles. One more breath here. And then we're going to release that foot up to the sky, pointing the toes and flexing. And point, reaching behind the calf or the ankle, drawing the leg in closer, shoulders down. Dropping the foot to the hips and that lower back. You can take your time, really pressing one knee down or both knees down. As you toggle from side to side, you can even bring your, like I'm over on the left right now, bringing your left hand inside of your left thigh. And I'm gazing to the right, gazing opposite of my twist, and then twisting it over to the right, gazing to the left. Bringing it back to center, airplane those arms out, knees into the belly, and dropping the knees over to the right, gazing to the left. Just breathing here. Back to center and over to the left, and gazing to the right. Back to center, hands on top of the knees and making small circles with the knees toward the sky, massaging that lower back. And reversing those circles. Squeezing those knees into the belly, another big hug. And when you are ready, dropping those feet down. Bringing the legs nice and long, feet wide apart, letting the toes fall out to the side, arms and hands down by your sides, wiggling your shoulder blades down and closer together, and closing the eyes and getting ready to come into Savasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Just know that there's nothing else to do and nowhere else to be right now, but right here. And breathing and being. That is all you need to focus on. Just your breath. Releasing and letting go. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. The divine light that lives in me sees, honors, and bows to that same light in you. Namaste.